Step into my office while I teach you about the art of sales. This is a mini course inside of my community that I dropped a few weeks ago. I'm going to give it to you completely for free because I want you to not only make money, but make more money online so that you can live your dream life. Now, rule number one is the most important, and you need to know what you're offering. Thoroughly understand your product and service and how it solves customer problems. Mistake number one is creating a product to solve your money issue instead of a customer issue. People smell that from a mile away. It doesn't work because your product isn't centered around value of helping the customer. It's okay to want to make money and to like making it, but if you create a product just because you're trying to figure out how to make some quick cash, it's not going to work. Mistake number two is you kinda know what your product does for the customer. That's not going to convert. Killer products happen by solving your own problems first. So number one is you want to identify your own problems. Number two is you want to solve these problems. Number three is you want to document. Number four, you want to productize your solution. Number five, you get to profit, and as you profit, you then get to improve on your product, which is a win-win for you and the customer. Every product I've ever made was built to solve my problem first and then offered to the world. I made tutorials over 10 years ago because I wanted to solve how difficult making music was, because I distinctly remember how hard it was to find tutorials on YouTube about FL Studio and the kind of genre of music that I wanted to make. My first ever digital product was made because I wanted custom sounds for my music, and inside of my tutorials, people would ask, where could I get these sounds? And that's when I realized, oh, these are valuable, people want these. I initially gave it out for free, and people said, this is free? I can't believe it. And so I said, oh, okay, I'll charge $5. And then it was, man, this is only $5? I can't believe it. And okay, well, I'll charge 10. And until I stuck at around $25 to $30 9-10 years ago. I started Splitmind, my production publishing company, after learning the music industry and wanting to help producers go pro. I had to take my own experience of being in the studio, my relationships, being in LA, everything that I had learned, I could then pass that on to other producers and help them scale. Producer Union was created to store information and train my project manager, Kendra, at the time. Your advantage isn't a title, it's a stack of the right skills. Everyone has a unique way of doing things, plus their own life experiences. That combo is your competitive edge in any market you decide to choose. So how will you? An entrepreneur is just a label. It's not a skill. It's a collection of skills you can acquire over time. And the way I look at it is the basketball analogy. Basketball isn't a skill. It's the title of many skills working together. You have dribbling to control the ball while moving. You have shooting, you have passing, you have defense, rebounding, footwork, speed, endurance, all to be good at basketball. And so going back to business, you aren't bad at business. You just need to identify the weak skills you have within that title. Stop chasing the identity of entrepreneur and start training the pieces that make up that title. Pick one weak skill at a time, train it, stack it, and repeat it, and replicate ideas before you iterate. List your top 3 strengths from real life, so teaching, writing, organization, you name it. Number 2, list your 1 to 2 weakest skills blocking progress. I've noticed with creatives, they really struggle with anything in relation to business, so sales calls, making offers, selling products. Number 3, pick 1 weak skill and do 20 reps a day for 30 days. Number 4, post something weekly that uses your strengths while you train your weak link every single day. How to sell a product. Rule 2, understand your niche. Use the forfeit filter, it's non-negotiable in my opinion, to decipher what your niche is going to be. Number 1, is it a growing market? For example, if you decided you were going to get into the newspaper business today, I would say it's probably not the best idea ever. It's definitely not a growing market. Number 2, does the customer have money to pay? There's a lot of people that pick a niche where all of their customers are broke. Number 3, is it easy to find them online or in person? Number 4, they have to be in pain and ready to pay for a solution. If it fails any of these, I think you need to pass. Once you identify the niche, you need to research your target audience, their needs, and what motivates them to buy. And here's why. Specificity equals pricing power. The same core product can sell for 10 to 100x more when it's for me. An example, a generic time management versus time management for music producers who want their first placement. It's the same thing in theory, but it's a wildly different price point, and that's why we niche. Number 2, define your sub niche. So I help specific person, in this case producers, get specific outcome, their first placement, without specific pain getting taken advantage of or getting clarity. Solve one problem for one person in a way that disarms their fear, then announce that avatar everywhere. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, ads, you name it. And let's go one layer deeper on purpose. So you have the person, the role, you have the context, and the constraint. And the example path is a musician who is a producer that uses FL Studio that deals with beat block. You want to stop when the audience, aka customers, say, "This is made for me." 3, the targeting check. Can you reach them easily via social media and content? And if you can't reliably put your message in front of them, it's probably a no-go. Number 4, commit or get niche slapped. Most markets work if you stick with one and iterate the offer. My dad gave me brilliant advice when I was younger. Anytime I thought about doing something different or giving up on music to do something else, he would tell me, "Son, no matter what you do, never forget, once you pick something else, you have to start over from the beginning." That really stuck with me and kept me going, especially years 5, 6, 7, and 8 in music, because it really sucked. But I thought to myself, okay, this sucks a lot right now, but if I just pick something else, I'll have to deal with this all over again in a different way, and it will have taken me twice as long. Here's great signals that you chose well. Leads respond faster at the same spend. So you're noticing that you're running ads, you're spending the same amount of money, but now more leads are coming to you. That's great. 2, sales cycles shorten because buyers believe this will work. So if you do 10 DMs or 10 sales calls or 10 in person and more people are closing, it means you've chosen something well. The last one, you can raise price without pushback. So pain and money are aligned. Very simply put, you can charge more money for the same thing and people will happily pay just as much because they do not want to experience that pain any longer. You are the solution to that. And part of knowing your audience is you have to diagnose the gap. You want to keep it brief. Here's 2 questions that pretty much work in any field. Number 1, what are you trying to accomplish? And number 2, what's blocking you? I have noticed that most products fail because A, they either don't solve a problem, or they solve a problem that is irrelevant, or B, they create a product without consulting a single potential customer along the way. So they build in their own little silo, they don't talk to anybody, they spend a year, 2 years building something, finally put it out, and then they realize that no one actually even cares about the thing they just worked on. That's a problem. And so A and B can pretty much be solved by consistently talking to potential customers or existing customers. It's very important. I cannot say it enough. Rule number 3, highlight the benefits. Number 1 is the dream outcome. You want to raise this. It's the exact result they want, the way they want to experience it, painted by you. Here's an example of how to highlight a benefit. Mirror their dream result back to them. Here's a great example. I know you want to get in shape so that you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but if you don't act today, I only have 1 spot left, and that means you and I will not get to work together. You will not look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Cheesy, but you get what I'm saying. Number 2 is perceived likelihood of achievement. You need to raise this as well. This is how sure they feel your thing will work for them. People buy certainty. And how to highlight a benefit. Number 1 is proof. So recent posts or screenshots, you want to make sure you show the proof. Then use third-party validation and guarantees. So these kill risk and they raise belief. And you need to personalize proof to their goal. Belief isn't one level, it's a dial. Meaning there's a dial and it's from 1 to 10. You can make somebody's belief in your product go from a 1 to a 10, and the higher up they are on that dial, the more likely they are to convert and continue to be a customer of you. Number 3, time delay. You need to lower this. So how long they think it takes to feel the win after buying, the shorter the better. Here's how to highlight benefits. Promise and prove fast. So you buy this thing, day 1 you get X, by week 1 you'll see Y. 2 is manage the expectation. So showing timelines reduce unease of time felt waiting. Meaning if you can communicate with them and explain to them, hey, usually week 1's like this, week 2's like this, rather than saying, hey, trust me, bro, it's gonna be amazing, it's gonna change your life. People don't buy into that. Managing their expectations will keep them around and keep them a repeating customer of yours. Number 4, effort and sacrifice. You need to lower this. The hard stuff they think they must do and the good stuff they think they must give up. How to highlight benefits. Remove steps, give templates, PDFs, and call out what they can keep doing. Explicitly show what they can avoid. So no XYZ, skip ABC. This boosts appeal. So instead of you having to learn the music industry on your own for the next 10 years, you can join producer union like Andy did. And within a year, he had his first major placement. Talk about it in our last video. You should go watch that. It's a really cool interview. Shout out to Andy. It's the difference between shaving off years of time and saving tons of money, and in fact making more money, as I educate you on how to do that. Focus on how your product/service can improve the customer's life or business. Example, I used to struggle with getting artist phone numbers until I learned X. After that, I tripled the amount of records I was landing each year. This changed my life and allowed me to pursue music full time rather than going to college and getting a job, right? There you go. Rule number 4, objections and closings. Arguably the most important. Objections 101. Be prepared to address doubt, concerns, and objections from customers. Don't assume objections mean they won't buy. An objection should be seen as needing to communicate the value of your product differently. More times than you might think, statements like, it's expensive aren't actual objections. Sometimes they're just observations to which you can respond, I agree, or just let them process out loud. Objection number one, I'll join the community when I have the time. This is a classic example of a when-then issue. I used to do this all the time. When you say, I'll do it when I have more time, it's like saying, when I get healthy, then I'll go to the doctor, or when I'm rich, then I'll start saving money. It flips the order. So I have no problem keeping it real with people. I deserve the chance and the opportunity to make their life better, but I must show them that I actually care. Rule number 5, pricing is the bottleneck. Profit is unnatural. You must force it into existence. Alex Ramosi. Revenue sounds big, but profit is what pays the bills. A lot of businesses brag about making $500K or $1 million a year. If they only keep 18% of the net revenue, that's $90K, 12 months of risk in 80-hour work weeks for less than 6 figures. Think of revenue as water in a bucket. Every cost as a whole, gross profit is what's left. After the cost to deliver leaks out, net profit is what's left after all the holes leak. That's your take home. That is truly the only number that matters in business. So we price and operate for profit, and you build a business that keeps water in the bucket and in your pocket. Risk should match reward. And so number 1 is cost plus pricing. Whatever your costs are plus an arbitrarily added margin. Pros, simple to understand and cover your costs. Cons, every person who would pay you more because they need it more can't. And costs change. And you don't always know all the costs ahead of time. Your customers have no idea what it costs you, so your costs don't matter to them, but they would have paid you more. 2 is competitor-based pricing. Whatever the average of what everyone else is charging. Pros, it's simple. It might be closer to what the market is willing to pay. Cons, you're using a pricing strategy that isn't based on your own business or your customers. It's based on other businesses and their customers. Hard to make a shoe fit when it's not yours. 3, the best one is value-based pricing. Pros, you base it on what a customer is willing to pay you rather than what the competition is willing to charge. What the customer is willing to pay for your product now will look a lot different than what your customer is willing to pay once you've made it more valuable to them. You can charge 2, 3, 4, 5x market rates or more if you make something a customer actually wants rather than just charging more for something they can get somewhere else for less. New customers may very well pay more than what you currently charge, but you can increase continuously and raise your prices continuously if you add value. This then forces you to increase the value of the product because it allows you to charge more. And as a result, you talk to your customers a lot more to figure out what they want so you can make it for them and make money when you get it right. Cons, this focuses less on trying to get the most customers possible and more on trying to provide the most value possible to each customer you get. This means it takes more of a different type of work than most people are used to. It requires a brain to think and hands to work. Thankfully, you have both. And so that is the 5 made-up rules of the art of sales for you to make more money or make your first money online.